To walk through an old-growth forest is to observe what appears to be a collection of autonomous organisms. For centuries, botanical science viewed these trees as solitary entities, locked in a continuous Darwinian competition for sunlight, water, and space. But the towering coniferous trunks and expansive photosynthetic canopies represent only a superficial fraction of the ecosystem's true biological mass. The true architecture of the forest persists in complete darkness beneath the soil. To understand the resilience of this biome, we have to look past the boundaries of the individual plant and examine the dense, highly populated biological matrix hidden beneath our feet. The organisms that engineer this hidden ecosystem are fungi. Their vegetative body, the mycelium, operates as a massive, decentralized network composed of individual tubular cells called hyphae, which constantly explore the dense soil matrix to extract minerals. Beneath a single footstep, hundreds of miles of these ultrafine threads physically bridge the anatomical gaps between individual flora, weaving the root systems of seemingly disparate trees together. Beyond the passive transport of water and nutrients, biophysicists have detected dynamic, propagating electrical impulses traveling through these living threads. Fungal hyphae actively transmit electrical action potentials. The detection of these dynamic bioelectric signals forces a biophysical inquiry. Are forests exchanging information through a hidden subterranean electrical grid? Unlike copper wires, which rely on the rapid flow of free electrons, biological conductivity is driven entirely by the movement of charged ions. This diagram illustrates fungal electricity biophysics. Active proton pumps eject hydrogen ions, maintaining a negative 170 millivolt resting potential. When stimulated, calcium channels open, allowing positively charged ions to rush back in. This triggers adjacent channels to open, physically propagating an electrical wave down the filament. Traveling at 0.5 millimeter per second, these low-frequency electrical tides are relatively slow, yet they provide a vast, decentralized mechanism for sensing and reacting to environmental stress. To test whether these electrical signals transfer information between plants, researchers designed a highly controlled mesocosm experiment. This diagram shows the study's mycelial bridge. Researchers forced a fungal network to grow across a physical air gap between isolated agar substrates. When the donor plant experienced mechanical trauma, distinct electrical spikes propagated across the bridge, arriving at the unstressed receiver plant. The experiment provided empirical proof that physical trauma to one organism is translated into electrical data and communicated across macroscopic distances via fungal architecture. The observation that plants signal via common mycorrhizal networks popularized the Wood Wide Web narrative, a belief that fungi consciously manage forests, nurture seedlings, and distribute resources equitably. However, a rigorous 2023 meta-analysis of decades of field studies reviewed this narrative and found little empirical data supporting these harmonious interactions. This chart quantifies positive citation bias within the literature. By 2022, 52% of peer-reviewed statements citing original field studies had distorted the original findings to support unproven narratives. Fungi are not benevolent internet service providers. They are ancient organisms acting strictly in their own evolutionary self-interest, trading carbon for nutrients. Projecting human morality, like altruism, onto ecosystems distorts the fitness-driven reality of evolutionary biology. Stripping away the popular narrative reveals a structure that is resilient and decentralized. When the physical associations are mapped, the forest functions as an integrated, complex, adaptive system. Deep soil DNA mapping shows that mature trees operate as highly connected hub nodes. By maintaining expansive associations with diverse fungal genetic bodies, they distribute ecological risk and buffer the broader plant community against localized environmental shocks. Through a massive bidirectional exchange, mature trees pump photosynthesized carbon below ground. The fungus utilizes this carbon to build cell walls and secrete glycoproteins that bind soil particles together, sequestering atmospheric carbon deep within the earth. The fungal network is the literal infrastructure upon which the entire above-ground biome is constructed and stabilized. The biophysical reality of these living networks is so mechanically robust that it has inspired a new discipline in human engineering: unconventional computing. Scientists are currently building biological circuits by interfacing living mycelial networks directly with metal electrodes. In laboratory settings, these fungal computers successfully process and transfer frequency-modulated electrical signals. Because they are living structures, these circuits naturally adapt to physical damage. They establish operational memory by altering their internal conductivity with repeated use, and certain fungal strains maintain computational functionality even after total dehydration or radiation exposure. These extreme survival traits make mycelium a candidate for sustainable, biodegradable electronics, offering decentralized processing architectures for aerospace engineering where traditional silicon components fail. The blueprint for the most adaptable, fault-tolerant information networks has been pulsing quietly in the darkness beneath our feet for 400 million years.